been wondering, how many clients do I need as a barber to stay busy, to be fully booked? In this video, I'm going to answer that question for you. And this applies if you're a hairstylist, a barber, or barbershop owner. I'm going to give you a formula so you can actually calculate how many clients you need in order to be fully booked. And it's actually really, really simple. It's elementary school math. And I use my good buddy ChatGPT to help me come up with the answer. So let me take you inside. So I started this prompt with, if I'm a barber who works 40 hours a week, how can I find out how many clients I need to be busy? And so ChatGPT did the math and basically said, it depends on how many haircuts you do per hour. So it gives us different examples here. So if you do 2 per hour, 45, or 1 per hour, then it kind of breaks it down from there. Because it really depends on how many clients you can see per week. So you only have 40 hours in this example, right? And I'm gonna give you a formula so you can customize it based on how many hours you work. But for right now, in this example, we're going off of 40. And we're assuming we're working 5 days a week, 8-hour shifts. So if you're doing 30-minute haircuts, naturally, you can see a lot more people throughout the day. So in 8 hours, you can see 2 people per hour, and so that's 16 per day. Whereas if it's 4 45-minute haircuts, you can see at a max of 11, about 11 per day. And then if it's an hour, you can only see 1 person per day, or 1 person per hour. So you're gonna be limited at 8, right? So then what we're gonna do is break it down based on how fast you can cut hair. So if you can do 30-minute haircuts, you can see 16 people per day. You work 5 days a week. You can see 80 clients per week. And then you see it breaks it down here for 40 minutes and for an hour. So to be fully booked, meaning you're 100%, there's 0 white space in your schedule for the entire week, then you need 80 clients based on this 30-minute haircut timing. If you do 45-minute haircuts, you need 55 clients per week. And then if you do 1-hour haircuts, it's pretty simple. You do 1 client per hour, you work 40 hours, then you need 40 clients. So then I went and asked ChatGPT, like, assuming clients come in once a month, how many would you need total? So this is a little bit of a different twist on that question because, okay, now you know you need, let's say 80 clients a week if you're doing 30-minute haircuts. But what does that mean, like, as far as the total number of clients that I need just in general to just always be busy? So that's what I wanted to know, and that's what ChatGPT helped me dive in. And this is actually the formula. If you work more than 40 hours or less, you can actually use this formula here to break it down. So the way that ChatGPT did it was, first the assumption is clients are coming in once a month. If it's more than that, then you need less clients. If the clients are spacing out their haircuts more than once a month or every 4 weeks or so, like they're coming in every 6 or 7 weeks, then you need more clients. Hopefully that makes sense. So if clients come in less frequently, you need more clients to stay busy. If clients are coming in more frequently, you don't need as many clients. So hopefully that makes sense. But basically basically what we're trying to find out is your weekly capacity, and from there we're going to determine our monthly capacity. So all you got to do is take how many hours you work divided by your haircut times in hours. That's how ChatGPT did it up here. All right, you see? It converted it to a decimal. So this is all elementary school math, so don't worry. And you can do the same thing. You can ask ChatGPT exactly what I did. You can see that I only used 2 prompts so far, which is this one up here and this one right here. Okay. So what we're trying to do now is find our monthly capacity. So how many clients, assuming clients come in once a month, how many clients do we need total so that we can be busy for the whole month? And then we're done, essentially, right? Well, not really, like as I'm going to get into in a second, but in this example, if we kept 100% of our clients, we'd be done, right? We just go to the next month, right? You could also, I guess, do this if all your clients are coming in every single week, then you could just stop at 80, right? But in this case, we're going to go, like, we're trying to fill our entire month, okay? So there's actually 4.3 weeks in a month on average, right? You take 52 weeks in a year divided by 12. That's where this number comes from. So now we're trying to figure out how many clients we need to stay busy for the month. And it turns out that number is about 347, right? Because you take 40 hours divided by half-hour haircuts. That gives you 80 clients. You take the 80 clients, that you need that every single week to stay busy, and you times that by 4.3, which is how many weeks are in the month. And then that gives you, this is how many clients you need to stay busy, and we just rounded up to 347. Now, I added a little twist here because I know that even the best barbers don't retain 100% of their people, but if you're really, really good and you're retaining 90% of your clients, but you need 347 to be fully booked, that still means you lost about 35 clients, which means you need to figure out some marketing so you can go and replace those people, right? Now, 35 isn't bad, but you still lost 35 clients, right? And if you don't figure out a way to replace them, then next month you're going to keep 90%, and you're going to lose another 10%, and then you're going to lose another 10%. So marketing is always going to be really important, because no matter what your retention is as a barber, as a barbershop owner, you always have that churn working against you. Because as barbers, we like to focus on retention, how many clients we kept, but there's another side of that equation, which is called churn. And that's what's always working against you, because it's really unlikely that you're ever going to retain 100% of your clients. I hope you do. I've just never seen it, right? The best I've seen is 90, 91%, 92, maybe as high as 95%, but there's always people that for whatever reason, maybe even for some reason outside of your control, that just don't come back, right? So that's why marketing is so important, because I think this is where a lot of suite owners fail, or where barbers that leave a hourly or commission-based shops fail, because they fail to realize this piece right here, is that first of all, not everybody's going to follow you, and second of all, the people that do follow, you're not going to be able to keep all of them. So you have to have this marketing machine that's constantly bringing in new clients to replace the ones that you're losing. And if your retention is really good, like in this case 90% is pretty good, you still lost 35 clients. So you only have to figure out how to bring in 35 clients for that entire month, and then you just stay where you're at, right? And the next month you do it again, but you always have that working against you. So this is why some people, if you ever left your shop and started in a suite or in a different barbershop, you usually start out doing really, really well, because a lot of people follow you in the beginning, but over time you start losing those clients, and if you don't have a way of replacing them with some marketing, then you end up probably back to where you were, where you left, or maybe even worse off. So I think a lot of barbers don't understand this point that I just made right here. You can keep a lot of clients maybe if you move shops, but if you don't have a way of replacing the ones that you lose, you're going to end up slowly getting slower and slower over time. And then you can customize this based on your haircut time. So the first example was 30 minutes. The next one is a 45-minute haircut, so you need 231 clients total. And then you just take 90% of whatever that number is, and that's if your retention is 90%. Now, if your retention is less, here's the key. If you're retaining a lot less than 90% in this example, then the number of clients you lose is going to be way higher, which means you're going to need to be way better at marketing. So I don't know about you, but I feel like just keeping the clients that you have coming back is a way higher return on investment than constantly trying to get new clients to come in the door. Because you got to do this every single month, if you just focus on getting the clients that already come to you to come back, then you don't need to be so good at marketing. But so just keep that in mind. If you're not if your retention is not 90%, you're actually going to lose way more clients, which means you need to be better at marketing. Because if this number is bigger, then you're going to have to get twice as many clients, maybe, or 3 times. If you're only retaining half your clients, in this case, you're going to have to get 100 and something new clients every single month. So that just a huge piece that a lot of barbers don't realize. So the way you can use this is how we figure out how many total clients you need. How many hours did you work per week on average? What's your haircut time? Divide that, right? Times 4.3. That's how many clients you need. So to answer this question of how many haircuts do you need as a barber to be fully booked all the time, it depends on how many clients come in, it depends on how often the clients come in, how fast you are cutting hair. But in this example, if you work 40 hours a week and you're doing half-hour haircuts, then you need about 347 clients per month to be fully booked all the time. And if you get to that point, then the job really just becomes keep them coming back and then have a little bit of marketing working for you to replace the ones that you do lose. And if you do end up fully booked as a barber, you can always raise your prices, and then the process starts over again because you're going to lose some clients that don't want to pay that new price. And if you're a barbershop owner, then in this scenario, you actually have more options. You can either raise your prices, or you can hire more barbers so that you can increase space to open up for more new clients to come in the shop. But this video finally answers that question that some of you guys have maybe been wondering since barber school. How do I know how many clients I need to be busy? Well, really it depends on your hours, how fast you cut hair, but ultimately everybody has a number. It's just a matter of those factors, and keep the clients coming back. But always forget that, but don't forget that you need to always be marketing. It's just that when you are really, really busy, you don't need to market as much. But every barber, even the barbers that have the highest retention, needs to do some marketing, because there's always some churn working against you in terms of clients that just don't come back. All right, so hopefully you found this video helpful. See you in the next one.